Geek-Free Guide to Ranking Your Site in Google. Lesson 8. Domain-Level Keyword-Agnostic Features. First, for the short answers. What are domain-level keyword-agnostic features? The domain-level keyword-agnostic features covers everything about your site as a whole that is not related to the keywords you're targeting in your domain name. It covers a wide breadth of metrics and data, from the domain name length to the uniqueness of your content to the number of crawl errors and more. How important are they? According to the 150 experts surveyed, domain-level keyword-agnostic features scores a 4 out of 10 on the scale of importance for ranking in Google. What can I do to improve? Make sure that taken as a whole, your site has fresh, unique content, is mobile responsive and fast loading, has no crawl issues that result in error pages, contains the proper trust signal pages, lists contact information, including a physical address if possible, is hosted with other quality sites, and has a short, memorable domain name. Now for a more detailed explanation. Have you ever been driving down the road and passed another car that had one part of the body that wasn't painted? Maybe the fender or the hood was that flat gray color that a car body has before it's coated with a nice glossy paint job. It doesn't matter how nice the rest of that car is, does it? That one ugly part makes the whole thing unattractive. I often wonder if people are just trying to save money by not having it painted, or if they just haven't made it to the body shop to have the job finished yet. By all means, make sure every part of your site's body is painted. As I've said in many places within this course, Google looks at your site as a whole at least as much as it looks at the individual pages of your site when determining whether or not to rank the pages. Google wants to know that your whole site is quality before it hands over its most precious commodity, its users. That means that you need to keep tabs on how your site as a whole performs. There are a number of factors to look at. First, I'll give you the list, then we'll walk through each one of them in detail. As a whole, your site should 1. Have unique content on all of its pages. 2. Be designed for desktop and mobile users. 3. Get good query CTR across all of the pages. 4. Have fresh content posted regularly. 5. Have fast loading pages. 6. Have pages with low bounce rates. 7. Return few or no error pages when crawled. 8. Have all of the necessary trust signal pages. 9. Display your company's contact information. 10. Be hosted with other quality sites. And 11. Have a short, memorable domain name. It sounds like a lot, but there's nothing complicated about any of these things. Let's go through each one. Number 1. Have unique content on all of its pages. This one may be obvious to you. Your pages should be unique to your site. Don't post content to your site that's already found elsewhere. If your site is just a duplicate of other sites, it is adding nothing of value to the web that cannot be found elsewhere. So why should Google show the pages in its results? Number 2. Be responsive to mobile devices. More people search Google using mobile devices than desktop or laptop computers now, so Google wants to see sites that support all of those devices. Number 3. Get good query CTR across all of the pages. If you recall from a previous lesson, the query CTR is the percentage of people that click on your page when it's listed in Google search results for a given set of keywords, or query. If your site has a high query CTR across the board, that tells Google that your content is engaging across the board. Google wants to improve its user search experience by including results that people want to click on. So make sure that your pages are pages that people want to click on. Number 4. Have fresh content posted regularly. Again, this may seem obvious. Even if your homepage stays the same, make sure you're posting new, high-quality content to the site regularly. Google likes fresh sites more than stale sites. Some content is evergreen and never goes stale. If your site has that kind of content too, great, but you should try to add new content as well. Besides, the more fresh quality content you have on your site, the more pages Google has to show people searching for information, and therefore the more opportunity for traffic from Google your site has. Number 5. Have fast loading pages. Nobody likes a page that loads slow, so make sure your pages all load quickly. Number 6. Have pages with low bounce rates. As I also stated in a previous lesson, Google wants to see visitors that leave its pages and don't immediately hit the back button. It wants to know that they found what they're looking for. Otherwise, your page will get yanked from the search results for those keywords. So make sure your pages are engaging and get people to stick around. Number 7. Return few or no error pages when crawled. Make sure your internal and external links all work and don't go to missing pages. Using a good content management system like WordPress or Joomla will typically prevent you from having any crawl issues. Number 8. Have all of the necessary trust signal pages. At the very least, every site you have should have the following pages: legal or terms of use, about us, and contact us. Depending on what your site is offering, it's usually good to also add these pages: privacy policy, earnings disclaimer, copyright notice, anti-spam policy, billing policy, and cookies policy, especially for European sites. Google looks for these pages because they show you're a real business and not just some fly-by-night. Number 9. Display your company's contact information. Displaying your contact information on all of your pages is a good idea, especially if you're wanting to rank for local keywords, for example, Plano, Texas plumber. It's a trust signal and lets Google know where you're physically located so it can rank the pages better to people searching in that area. Having a phone number is great too, even if it's just a toll-free number that goes to voicemail, or has a message instructing people to contact you through a help desk or email address or whatever. Real businesses have a phone number, so yours should too. Number 10. Be hosted with other quality sites. If you use shared hosting, this is out of your control. But if possible, make sure that your site isn't hosted on a server with a bunch of low quality or spammy sites. You can ensure this by using private hosting rather than shared, or having a dedicated IP address for your domain name. Number 11. Have a short, memorable domain name. I went through this in the last lesson as well, but it's worth repeating. Don't have a long domain name that's tough to spell or type or remember. While it doesn't have much effect directly on Google's ranking of your site, it certainly has an impact on visitors returning later without needing to use Google. That's especially true of mobile users, since it's so much harder to type out long domain names on a mobile device. How to keep tabs on these factors. I use Keyword K9 to keep track of whether or not the pages of my site are mobile responsive and fast loading. The domain dashboard shows you all of that. Keyword K9 will also warn you if you don't have the proper trust signal pages by adding an item to the health issues listed for your site. For checking on the query CTR and crawl errors, I use Google's Webmaster Tools. For tracking a site's bounce rate, I use Google Analytics. To see if your site is hosted on the same IP with other quality sites or not, search Google for reverse IP lookup, or sites hosted on IP, and plug your site or IP address into one of the tools that come up. Check the other sites over, and if needed, change your hosting. There are indeed a lot of factors that Google looks at across your site when deciding whether or not your site as a whole is of good quality, or if there's an ugly fender that makes the whole car unattractive. None of the factors are complicated or difficult to implement, so there's really no excuse for not making sure everything is in order. Throughout this course, I highlight the use of Keyword Canine as the perfect tool to help you achieve your Google ranking success. Keyword Canine does it all for you: site health monitoring, keyword analysis, backlink analysis, rank tracking, long tail mining, keyword optimization, and more. You'll save hours out of your day every time you use it. This tool is seriously worth its weight in gold. There's nothing else like it on the market, especially for the price. So start your SEO efforts off on the right foot and get access to Keyword Canine at keywordcanine.com.